For the last heat of the day, it's a big one, a huge one for Ubatuba Brazil. They'll be watching on as these two surfers fight it out for the opportunity to take on Mick Fanning in quarterfinal number 4. Wiggolly Dantas, last year's world number 15, up against Filipe Toledo, who had a great finish in the top 5 in 2015, but at the moment finds himself back in 17th position on the ratings. Someone like Filipe, he can cover so much ground. He could actually ride this wave through to the inside, line up with a set before Wiggolly can make the long journey down. And here goes Filipe now. He is really deep, racing, throws an air reverse. Can't quite ride out of it though, just got a little too far up the nose of his board, and now Wiggolly, he'll make the move. Let's see how far down the line Filipe can dart. He might scratch into this little ride, and he still might make Wiggolly pay for pushing him up the point here. So just looking to get himself as far down the point as possible. Two competitors that have a lot of history in head-to-head heats and also in finals. Julian Wilson and Gabriel Medina. Mick Fanning waiting to see who he'll surf against between Filipe Toledo and Wiggolly Dantas. And Filipe up at the moment, trying to get down the line. Still deep at this stage. In Rio last year. Wiggolly made this same round last year but fell out of the mix, courtesy of Julian Wilson. Filipe on his way to his best finish here at J-Bay, and on the inside, just a smaller ride. So look out for something big here as he launches a full rotation and almost sits on his board. Look how shallow it is there. Yeah, it's scary enough watching Filipe launch an air at a sand bottom location because he projects so far out, but watching these competitors launch airs on the end section, Ross, is so scary because you could quite easily just pin drop through the surface of the water and make contact with that rock surface.
That is crazy how aggressive Filipe is right now. He is throwing everything at those sections.
Breaking down the big moments. They'll no doubt be talking about the start of this heat as Filipe, you see that attempt.
Watch the tail kick it right towards the beach. He is past the wave now, so you know he would have been landing out into the flats, but luckily he got disconnected, I think.
Like Medina in the earlier rounds. A couple of failed air reverse attempts is quickly followed by a successful one. You just know that Gabriel's going to make something stick at some point here. Sorry, Filipe's going to make something stick at some point, and he finds another insider to work with, and he'll start building speed straight away. Bashes his tail through the lip, and that was very awkward. His board flipped over. Looks okay though.
So you gotta love it. Filipe staying aggressive, attacking that inside section on the bricks. Had to have been nerve-wracking for Wiggolly watching Filipe take off on this thing. Nice flow in his cutback. Smooths it out, nice little rebound. So he's got a perfect amount of speed. Beautiful tail slide there. And that was really sketchy. As he went to try to hit that lip, it just caught his board.
Wiggolly, he's going to finally make a move here, trying to paddle into this one with his priority, and he just gets into it. Very lucky to get over the hump there as he drives down the line. A little projection float to get started and whips his board vertically. It's not going to be a huge number.
It's efficient. It throws a lot of water. It's very impressive, but these moves more of a standard off the lip. Just a flow turn there, getting to speed. And then a nice crisp snap to finish the wave. But again, it's going to be an average score at best. And listen to the crowd running.
Well, they are losing their minds for good reason. The biggest set of the day is rolling towards Filipe. He's got priority, and he's going to swing on this first one. Taking off in the foam. A little awkward there. Let's see what he can do with it. Nice vertical hit. As the wall stretches out, he drifts that tail. Looks like a bit of a throwback to Snapper Rocks last year as he links his way through to the inside. Couple of big floats. Wants more out of this ride, but doesn't get it. Right behind him, Wiggolly Dantas. He kicked out of the back of his ride. Just over 7 minutes to go. We'll see what unfolded at the start of the Goofy Footers ride, and well, that was an exciting exchange. The crowd eating it up down here.
Well, I thought that was a huge risk for Filipe to go on the first wave. I had the luxury of being up here in the tower and seeing how perfect this wave was right here. Better shape, nice steep double up there, so 2 nice snaps for Wiggolly. Pretty solid floater, and then that thing dumped right on the bricks there. Pretty crazy closeout, so Wiggolly choosing not to tag that last section. So again, you can see the first wave, how funky it is. Kind of fat, weird little shoulder there, but again, Filipe looking very crisp. Brutal turn right there. Nice, risky tail slide, but that wave going through another funky section. So Filipe looking for that open face again, doing a couple of nice floaters to get around, but not the finish. So
with his scoring ride, his next scoring ride, let's check it out again.
Beautiful wave, smooth, has nice shape, great contour. You can see that's a typical J-Bay wave right there. So 2 nice snaps for Wiggolly, a floater, but not that real crazy punctuation of a, a heavy turn from Wiggolly to make it a no-brainer for the judges to go big.
Well, the exchange is in, and have a look. Filipe just getting the nod on Wiggolly, a 7.17. Put a point on him in the exchange. Wiggolly a 6.17.
We're at J-Bay. It's a long wave, but I like they've been rewarding big moves.
2 minutes and 40 seconds to go. Filipe looking to extend his lead here. And this is the wave height, which he loves so much, as he starts to race down the line. But he isn't going to get a ramp to work with on the inside there. The wave just got too shallow. 30 seconds remaining now. Wiggolly chasing a 6.34. He's going to get his shot. Paddling into this one. It's a decent looking wave. Needs to hit this first section.
High tide monster.
It had the right pace, but it did move onto the bricks and filled up.
That was crazy. Yeah, that tide is really filling in, and that wave filled up with water.
Caught up to that next little swell line in front, and Wiggolly knew it wasn't going to be enough. The heat has come to a close. He falls out of the draw in the same round as last year. Filipe is on his way to his best finish here at the J-Bay Open. He'll take on Mick Fanning in quarterfinal number 4 in what was a pretty nerve-wracking performance for both competitors.
You gotta love that reaction from Filipe. He's fired up right now. That was a really funky heat. A lot of cat and mouse going on. So, it looks like he's angry, but he's just firing himself up. He's stoked.
And he will bring this one on through. He'll be buzzing. Another solid result coming Filipe's way as he brings it through. The crowd eating up those last exchanges.